You can't outpunch machinery. The ego always builds the thing that eventually turns on it. It pretends that danger lives outside, but every threat in the world is just an echo of the mind that believed in attack first. That is why machinery becomes the perfect symbol for the ego's thought system. A machine is built for function, not love. It operates on programming, not vision. It does what it was made to do, even if what it was made to do harms the one who built it. And once the idea of attack is born, every mind can use it. If I invent a weapon, my so-called enemy can invent the same one. If I justify force, my opponent is justified in using force too. If I arm myself in fear, I have already taught the world to fear me. This is the ego's closed loop. A belief system that reproduces its own threat endlessly. You can't outpunch machinery because you can't outpunch an idea you taught someone else to share. The moment one mind believes in attack, all minds inherit the possibility of attack. That is why ops is just a street-level word for enemy. And enemy is just a modern mask for separation. Every generation renames the same delusion. But the mechanics behind it never change. The fighter in steel tries to prove he still matters, still has strength, still has relevance in a world that has replaced him with the thing he relied on. That is the final humiliation of the ego. It builds a stronger version of itself, then discovers that the creation is stronger than the creator. The B2 is replaced by the B7, the same way youth is replaced by age, trend replaced by trend, identity replaced by identity, strength replaced by something newer and colder. The ego panics when the machine outgrows its maker. So the man steps in to fight for the machine. That is the tragedy. When the self-concept fails, the person sacrifices themselves trying to keep the illusion alive. He puts on the mask of the thing designed to destroy him. He tries to imitate the machine to survive the machine. And that is how he gets destroyed. The body becomes a stand-in for the very belief system that is killing it. This is the ego's entire psychological strategy. Invent a threat, pretend it is external, and then suffer from the thing you made. Every grievance works the same way. Every fear, every conflict. The mind builds a machine of guilt, and then the machine turns and hits the maker. You can't outpunch machinery because machinery is just thought in form. And thought can't be beaten with fists. The only thing that undoes a machine is seeing it was never alive. Seeing that its power came from belief, not reality. Seeing that the entire system of attack, defense, opposition, and ops was a shared hallucination. Once the mind refuses to feed the machine collapses. Not in a fight, in recognition. Because what was powered by fear loses its circuitry the moment fear ends. That is the only victory the ego can't anticipate. It expects a punch. It never expects forgiveness. That is why machinery wins every physical battle but loses instantly to the light. Because light doesn't fight machines. Light exposes them. And nothing built in fear can survive recognition. That is why you truly can't outpunch machinery. You can only outsee it. Portrait of a man who stepped into the ring believing he still had one more round left in him. A fighter made of flesh and memory standing toe-to-toe with the very machinery that replaced him. He swung with heart. The machine answered with programming. One was driven by pride, the other by circuitry. And somewhere between the two, the truth emerged. You can outrun age for a while. You can outshout disappointment for a moment. But you cannot outpunch a machine built from the same fear that lives in your mind. For the machines of this world are not metal at all. They are ideas. And ideas do not fall when fists do. They fall when light exposes them. Tonight's decision was never in the hands of the referee. It was written long before the bell rang. A man fought a machine and discovered that the deepest opponent was the belief he needed to fight at all. And in this arena, just this side of the Twilight Zone, no amount of courage can change a script written by fear. Decision rendered. Lights dimmed. And another round concludes in the long echoing hallway of the Twilight Zone.